Travel Saturday with Sarah and Ed on Ireland's Classic Hits Radio.
With Visit New Jersey. From sky to shore, from sun to snow, with winning historic cities.
See visitnj.org.
Ed Finn and Sarah Slattery are back and we're talking travel today, and we're not going to even have to get onto a plane for this particular one. We're talking about Northern Ireland.
Yes, absolutely. How about you?
How about you?
Yes, Trina, UNESCO has named the Mourne-Gullion-Strangford region, the southeast corner of Northern Ireland, as the UK's newest global geopark. So basically what it means is it's an area of outstanding natural beauty, the Ring of Gullion, the Mourne Mountains. And if you know this area up there, like some people still don't know Silent Valley, the whole dam there, that area is breathtaking when you go there. And it's literally 20 minutes from Newcastle, about an hour and 15 minutes from Dublin to drive up there. It's in County Down, of course.
And you might not even think about going until you hear something like this. Yeah.
And it's brilliant. And I mean, if you want to kind of get away from it all and you want, like people talk about the mountains of Mourne and you'll see them there, you can do loads of lovely hikes. But this whole area, the Ring of Gullion, Strangford, those three kind of regions are absolutely beautiful. I mean, you know, Van Morrison talks about Coney Island, you know, like that's all, that Coney Island, that's all there around this whole area. Yeah. And you can hire all these lovely B&Bs on these little beaches, you know, and it's just like, wow. I mean, I thought I used to be talking about Coney Island in America. That's how great I am. But then I discovered, geez, Coney Island, there it is. But of course, you know, Van Morrison, a huge son of Belfast. But it's really great from the point of view, I suppose, of really nice things to do there, you know, getting away from it all, activity, outdoorsy kind of stuff. And yet, as I said, Newcastle is like 20 minutes away and you've huge, like all the hotels there and bed and breakfasts. And, you know, you've got Warren Point just down to the south as well. Ross Trevor, stunningly beautiful place. So this is really great news because they've done so much in terms of, I suppose, promoting that area. And like the history there, it goes back, like, you know, they said this was kind of moulded out of fire and ice, this whole granite of the Mournes. You know, it's like, it's stunning mountain. So you don't have to go on a plane at all to fly anywhere for this kind of get away from it all, Trina. And I love it.
And I think a lot of people as well love to head up north to do shopping and stuff like that as well. So it's one of these things you can mix everything in the same trip.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the thing that does stand out, again, you know, the value for money is still there. Again, even with the exchange rate. I mean, you know, you're paying like €2 less for like drinks. Food is much cheaper. Sarah, you know yourself with families. Like you've done loads of things like the Gobbins and all those beautiful walks as well.
Actually, a lot of people, particularly if people are looking for staycations in Ireland this summer and they're finding the hotel prices, you know, expensive on the Wild Atlantic Way or, you know, on our coastline particularly, the prices up north are so much cheaper. Even Belfast, like I do regular travel deals and the hotel prices are always much less than what they are down the south. Obviously the Causeway Coast, and you know, if you're going to be looking for something near the Giant's Causeway, it will be more expensive. But that's why it's really good to hear what Ed was saying there, because it's places that people don't really know about. When people sometimes think of holidaying up the north, they just think of either the Causeway Coast, they think of Belfast, but actually there's so much more to discover. And I think a lot of Irish just don't really realise how much there is.
The places that I stayed there, I mean, the Bluebell Lane, the glamping place that I stayed in, you could, I mean, camping was some £30 a day, and then the glamping pods were like £90 or £135 a night. And they're those wooden, cool glamping pods that they had.
And that's a real experience, isn't it, as well, to add
absolutely.
in?
And then the green holiday cottages, they were other ones. They were like about £280. Now they would house like 4, 5 or 6 people. So, you know, and I mean, I was checking availability, and even during the summer there was some dates that were available. And you could do mad things like drywalling. You know, have you ever drywalled anything, Trina?
It's drywalling.
Like, you know, it's that all along the Mournes, they've those famous walls, you know, like we do here in Ireland, like in Connemara and all those. And there's courses you can do. You can do bread making, all this kind of Celtic harp. You can learn how to play the Celtic harp all around that area there. If you go onto the website to Discover NI, you'll see all these great kind of wacky kind of stuff that you do, and it's all like going back in time kind of thing, you know. But it's really interesting. The drywalling was mad. There was goats jumping up on the walls and everything. I didn't know what. And you know, you're lifted. It was like workout. It was like an outdoor gym, you know, kind of thing. But I did it anyway. But you know, it's you could say I ticked that box, right?
Absolutely.
But again, it's kind of good, you know, great stuff.
To do.
Other things as well, like the sustainable tourism thing, of course, is part of that. Is huge. In Fermanagh now and Lough they've the new boat rides, but it's electric boats. Your man Barry Egan, he has these, they're like business class. You go in, they're like leather seats, but it's all electric powered now. So there's no like pollution. And that's all kind of up in Lough Erne now. They've done all these kind of, there's lots of new little things emerging that are kind of nice.
Yeah.
And if you haven't been to Fermanagh before, the Lakeland County, absolutely gorgeous as well. And again, even cheaper when you're over that side of things.
So many people
Enniskillen is gorgeous.
They think about boating on the Shannon, but actually Fermanagh is fantastic. A lot of the same, the companies, the Emerald Star, Le Boat, like you can do exactly the same. Hire your cruiser that you can do in the Shannon up in Fermanagh as well. Exactly the same experience. So definitely, that's a lot of things people aren't aware of that. But, you know, interesting you were talking about glamping, because there's so many new pods and glamping experiences and really amazing places to stay. I know Further Space have loads of those glamping pods right throughout. They have some definitely in County Down, and then they have places near the Causeway Coast as well. They've, I think, 6 different sites up in Northern Ireland now. So there's loads of different options for accommodation. Great for families as well. That other place, I think you were there.
Now, the one place as well that's really cool and people don't know about it, like there's a fabulous observatory in Armagh, but if you go over to the OM, there's an OM observatory that they've just built. It's in Tyrone. It's right beside the ancient stone circles, right, in Bemore. That's Beaghmore. Now, they are incredible. There's stone circles there going back older than the pyramids, and when you walk around them, you go in, you take off your shoes and you walk, and you'll feel this energy coming up. The warriors used to lie naked in the middle of the circles to get charged up before they'd go marauding. And the history there, Hugh McCloy, the guide, was telling me all about, the history there. But the Sperrin-View glamping, those triangle houses, there's about 8 of those, and they're on their own just up from the stone circles. And there's a solar walk, this wooden like boardwalk patch. You walk all the way from the circles right over to the observatory, and there you can look at the moon, and they do all these astronomical, for kids, like they show you all the history of the planets.
Brilliant.
And then there's the you can go cycling as well in the park.
Claire, did you feel that energy?
Yeah, I did.
No
and
way.
I swear, I broke my leg skiing 2018 right now, a lot of problem with it. And I walked around the circles and I could feel there's a pin in it, right? And I could feel the tingling. It was like something out of one of those like Marvel movies, right? I swear to God.
And you don't think it was in your mind?
No, it wasn't in my mind. And Hugh McCloy, he had a terrible car accident, and he told me as well, he had the same thing. It's really strange, right? They knew stuff then that we don't know. When they built these in these places, they built them there for a reason. I mean, the sun aligns perfectly in Bemore with the stone circles, and like they used to worship the sun, of course. So, and they knew all about these energy things that we've kind of forgotten all about. So, if you want a bit of tingling and a bit of healing, that's the place to go. And the Sperrin-View lamp, like you'll stay there, you can look up at the stars, and it's just, it's magic. And when I went there, I was like, I can't believe this is like in Ireland kind of thing,
No, you don't appreciate what's on your doorstep. Sure, you don't. Yeah.
So really special, unique.
How long would you give it? How long would a weekend be enough?
I mean, for what we're, I mean, in terms of like what I was just talking about there, if you wanted to do that whole area there, you're right beside Cookstown as well, which is the longest street in Ireland, by the way, just to let you know, Cookstown. I would
not
say
in Tallaght, not the Cookstown.
No. I would say you'd run about 3 days anyway, right, to do that area properly. But I mean, if you wanted to take in what we were talking about, if you wanted to immerse yourself, I'd say a week to 10 days would be fabulous if you were to do all those areas we spoke about.
If you want to drive the Causeway, if you're going to go for a week, you'll probably want to drive the Causeway Coast as well.
Yeah.
For couples, anyone looking at September, the Armagh Food and Cider Festival is on in September.
That's brilliant.
Yeah,
so
their cider, Longmeadows cider, is just like addictive, and it's made. They've rhubarb one that they make, and it's it is good. And you can make brown bread with on the skittle, and like Granny's old skittle pan.
There's
or whatever it's called.
Different activities on for the whole weekend.
Beautiful.
Apparently it's really, really good. I haven't been.
Armagh is the cider county. Yeah. And of course you've all the cathedrals there as well, so you can say your prayers as well. You've said 2 St. Patrick's cathedrals there.
That's the main thing, isn't it, Ed? Isn't that the main thing?
But yeah, Armagh is very underrated. Gorgeous city and very quiet. Beautiful stuff there as well. Georgian architecture. I mean, it's a beautiful place to live in Northern Ireland. And I mean, the houses, like, it's very affordable to live there. I mean, prices are down there as well, but it's a great city. Really enjoyable.
I think I was speaking to somebody who couldn't afford to buy a house. I think he was from Cork and he couldn't afford a house in Cork, and he ended up buying one in Armagh.
Yeah, that was me,
and
I think. No. But listen, the amount of people I know that commute, and even from Newry as well. But sure, I mean, you can buy a beautiful house up there in Armagh. Like, I mean, stunning for like almost nearly just over half the price you would in Cork. I mean, it's gas, isn't it? Was he commuting from Cork?
No,
to
he
Armagh?
wasn't quite. I think he moved jobs, but still.
He was,
That'd be some commute, wouldn't it?
Yeah, amazing. But it is funny. A lot of people do that, right?
Yeah.
And it's a very good solution as well.
And Sarah, tell me about the Gobbins.
Yeah, the Gobbins is one of my favourite places, and anytime I tell anyone about it, they don't know it's there. So I think it's definitely worth mentioning today. It's only a half an hour from Belfast, right on the coast. It's this most amazing cliff path walk that you can only do it's only like 3 kilometres long or something, but you can only do with a guide, and it takes about 2 hours because you have to go single file, and you're literally along this cliff path, then you're down into kind of caves and tunnels, and it's absolutely, you've done it as well, Ed, I think, haven't you? It's just
we actually
spectacular.
filmed there. It was beautiful. It was built for the Victorians, actually. It was going way back. And the Slieve Donard Hotel, of course, was built for the Victorians as well, that beautiful red brick, which is just near there. But the Gobbins, it's the most beautiful walk. And it's almost like the Irish version of the Caminito del Rey, isn't it?
It really is. Like, people would travel all over Europe to do kind of walks like this. You know, it's really that whole dramatic cliff path, you know, with stunning scenery, all like it really, really is. And I think even for families, kids 8+, they say you can do it. I mean, it's not a difficult walk. Maybe if you were kind of worried about kind of uneven surfaces or dark spaces, there's one little tunnel, but generally it's pretty much accessible to everybody. There's a bit of a steep climb on the way back up, but otherwise it's pretty much accessible for most people. And it's definitely something that I think everyone on the island of Ireland should do. It's really, really a fabulous
When you
spot.
say one small little tunnel, what size are we talking here?
I don't like
Dracula's
I
cave.
don't like kind of tight spaces and things like that. We were talking about the pyramids earlier. Like when I went down, I couldn't. I don't like that kind of thing. But it's only a small little thing. It's absolutely fine.
No, it is. Yeah, it's very doable. Yeah, and there's loads of the beautiful seabirds along. You know, when you're walking along, you get to see loads of wildlife and birds there as well. Especially if you go in their nesting, you get to see all the nests. So that's quite interesting and quite nice as well. But it is an amazing attraction.
Yeah, you need to book it in advance. They can only have a small amount of people doing it on the guide. It's all single file, so you need to make sure you book it in advance if you are planning a visit. But I would, to be honest, I'd go just for that alone. It's fabulous, absolutely fabulous, and a half an hour from Belfast.
And do you have any websites that you could recommend that people have a look at?
Yeah, absolutely. DiscoverNorthernireland.com has like all the things we've been talking about. You'll get all that on there. Just Google any of the things we were saying there as well. But DiscoverNorthernireland.com, Trina has everything on it. Very good website. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for coming in. We'll see you next week.
All the best now. Thanks a million.
Bye.
Bye.
Travel Saturday with Sarah and Ed on Ireland's Classic Hits Radio.
With Visit New Jersey. From sky to shore, from sun to snow. With winning historic cities.
See visitnj.org.